another incredible session today. You know, this is my Friday weekly sort of like closing up of the session with the people from Juice in Colne at Inspire Burnley, and this is my favorite spot in this parking lot. And as I was saying, amazing session. So the first two sessions were about, the first one was about trust. And of course, I've got either trust, and if you don't learn trust, that goes into mistrust. And you find that with hope. The second session was about autonomy, i.e., when you start learning about your own identity. And of course, the opposite goes into shame and doubt about yourself. And of course, the sense of shame and inadequacy. And you find that with willpower. The fact of being inadequate and the fact of being, good enough. And this is when last week we actually worked on the labels. Do you remember when I was actually saying about all the labels that they put on themselves, and then I take some of them on myself? So if you haven't actually watched that video, please just go and watch the video that you probably will find underneath. Instead, today we worked on initiative, and initiative is connected with guilt. If you don't actually, when you start actually doing your own things and you're feeling somewhat inadequate, you are feeling a nuisance, that you're doing like silly things, or you start feeling embarrassed. And the fact that it is connected with guilt is because at this stage in your life as a child, you learn the difference between something which is moral and immoral. So when shame is just simple inadequacy, while when we are actually working with guilt, that's between the moral and immoral things. You go through a phase of actually asking loads of questions as a child: why is this and why is that, etc. And that's when you've got a very quick development in body and mind and thinking. Of course, if you do have an inappropriate role model in the family or in the extended family, that is also connected with somewhat a feeling of sacrifice. And then it can take you to being either a victim or a martyr. So which one did you choose to be? So we've been working a lot on a tree. So if the roots are your family, what your branches are going to be, the branches are going to be connected with fear, with shame, with guilt, with rejection, for example. So we worked a lot on that. But especially because you fight guilt with a sense of purpose in life, we talked about mission and the differences between a mission, a dream, and the strategies that you can have. They were chuffed to bits. I've seen some amazing drawings, some amazing boxes coming. They're really working hard, and I can see that they're pouring their heart out, and which is extremely important for them. So next week instead, we're going to start working with industry, and industry is mainly your sense of being useful in society. And its opposite is feeling inferior, again inadequacy, but in a more subtle way. And especially if you're coming from a family with difficulties, and especially with addiction, that's when the sense of becoming always the second to the drinking or the second to the addiction starts actually growing in you. But of course, think about how hope is linked with willpower, and it's linked, of course, with the purpose. And now we link everything with a sense of competence and skills. So next week we're going to start working in what I call the business model applied on a person. So working on really what your mission in life is going to be, and maybe what kind of skills you can have. So I'm really looking forward to next week's session because they are really amazing people, and I really love working with them. So thank you very much for watching, and all for your support and for the support to these people. Thank you.